Hey everyone, so we had a huge win yesterday. Cori Bush, Justice Democrat, defeated 20-year incumbent Lacey Clay. This is gigantic, and some of you might be saying, who's Cori Bush? So I'm going to play this short little campaign ad Cori Bush put out, and then we'll come back and talk about her and what her win means for the progressive movement.
Lived in St. Louis all of my life, and my heart hurts to see our region being represented by career politicians that take large sums of money from corporations, while we have some of the highest rates of poverty, unaccredited schools, and healthcare disparities. We should not have to wait another 17 years for change. I'm a registered nurse and an activist, but I am also the people I represent. So I, too, have struggled trying to give the best to my children on a minimum wage salary. That's why I'm fighting for 15, because families deserve a livable wage. I want to see our children, regardless of zip code, have quality education, because that is the best deterrent for poverty. I want health care for all, because it is a human right. I fight for all of these issues now for free. I just want the chance to do it in Washington, D.C. I am Cori, and I'm running for U.S. Congress in Missouri's 1st District.
Paid for by Cori Bush for...
Oh, that is just so exciting to see. Because, I mean, this is a safe blue district that we're talking about. This is Missouri's 1st District. Very safe blue. And so she's basically in Congress. I mean, she's still going to have an election, but I'm pretty safe. And so what I love about this story is Cori Bush actually ran in 2018. She ran against Lacey Clay. And she lost. And it was a fairly big loss. But she was dedicated, and she just did not stop campaigning. She just kept at it. And she came back and won this time. And just that amount of dedication and persistence, I think, is phenomenal. And I think that's really bodes well for, some progressives that we've seen lose recently. I think that's a big thing when we see that. That doesn't mean you can't run again. And I think that's just so great to see someone, because with the progressive agenda, like, I think that it's taking some really big steps forward, but there are going to be roadblocks, and so you want someone like Cori Bush that's not going to take those roadblocks and say, oh, I guess I'm done. No, she's going to keep pushing for what she believes in. And also what I think is super significant about her is I believe she was the first Justice Democrat, actually. I think she was the first person that Justice Democrats reached out to and wanted to support her campaign. This is back in 2018. That's exciting. And what's also cool about it is, I mean, we are talking about, she beat a 20-year incumbent. I mean, that I wouldn't put this up there with AOC's defeat of Joe Crowley. I mean, that was just insane. I mean, the 4th highest Democrat in the country, AOC beat, but a 20-year incumbent. And this is someone, I believe, Clay's family also had some sort of, people are referring to this as like a dynasty. I honestly don't know too much about it. I know that he's a 20-year incumbent, and I believe like maybe his father or something held the seat before him. To see Cori Bush come in and take that out, that really says something. And she is she supports all the right things. I mean, you saw it, $15 an hour minimum wage, free college, Medicare for all. She's a Justice Democrat, so you know that she is against money in politics, which is huge. It's arguably one of the most important issues. You know that she's going to be solid when it comes to foreign policy. I mean, this is great. And you saw, and what's also great about this is it shows, because we're seeing the progressive movement grow within Congress. Like, we're going to have a number of new Justice Democrats. And also, I mean, we had Jamal Bowman. He won in New York. Marie Newman won. Rashida Tlaib, she won't be new. She's an incumbent. But she won her primary yesterday as well. That's really big. So we're seeing the progressive movement grow in Congress, but we're also, what I believe that we're going to start seeing, incumbent Democrats who maybe were elected as more moderates, maybe center-left, maybe even kind of left, but not really progressive. You're going to see them start to vote with progressives, because they're going to be worried about Cori Bush, because Cori Bush did not take any corporate money. She took all grassroots funding. She didn't take big dollar donors. She's a Justice Democrat. And so she was still able to beat Lacey Clay. And so now incumbent Democrats, they're going to start getting worried. They started happening, AOC won, Ilhan Omar won, it started, the rumblings were starting, but now we're seeing it happen again and again. And so incumbents are going to start siding with progressives more and more, because if there's one thing about politicians, they want to keep their seat. And that's just been especially ones that are so beholden to their donors and everything. And one of the reasons they're so beholden to donors is because donors donate to their campaigns, and that helps their reelection cause. If they think that maybe going against their donors is a better way at getting reelected, they're going to start doing it. And so it's super exciting. Cori Bush is going to be loud. She's going to be vocal. She's going to just be talking about all these important issues, bringing them to the forefront. This is incredible. And I think that this is a big win for the progressive movement. I'm really excited to see it happen. I remember when she lost in 2018. It was very disappointing. So yeah, this is very exciting news. And so I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you disagreed with anything I said, please leave a comment down below. But if you enjoyed the video, make sure to like and subscribe, and have a great day.